Hi guys, this is Lashana from Scarlet Moon Creations, and this is the last day of Booktube Spirit Week. Today's theme is Booktube Pride, and to continue with what I've been doing for the entirety of Booktube Spirit Week, I am doing another tag video. This tag is the Booktube Snob tag. When pride goes too far, ego can be added in not so great ways. There is a lot of snobbery and snubbing, in the bookish community as a whole. It happens. People take their opinions and they become facts when that's just not the case. So I thought that this would be a good tag to do, so you can see exactly how much of a bookish snob I am or am not. We'll see how it goes. Let's get this started. In case I didn't mention it, this book tag was created by Tia and All the Books. I saw it on a Book Olive's channel and thought it was great. If this goes as quickly as I expect, I might do a second tag in this video. But let's just get started. So the first question in Adaptation Snob, good lord. Do you always read a book before you see the movie? Um, I try. I have learned, particularly in 2019, that there are a lot more movies that were books first than I realized. I had been looking some up for a prompt, and wow, so many jumped out at me. I was surprised, honestly. So no, though I may try to, I guess you could say. Um, Fantasy wise, I definitely do my best to try and read the book before watching the movie. So yeah, I feel like this with fantasy, really, that's the key to me. That usually the book is better than the film, and I do want to compare. I have noticed, if I like to have like a significant amount of time between the two, so I'm not spending the whole movie comparing and contrasting. I want to enjoy it for what it is, but I do want to remember the book. The reason I feel like the books are usually better is because imagination, like movies, even books, they do a great job. TV shows, even, like, trying to capture that imagination, but the visuals are, in my imagination, tend to be really strong, and I don't necessarily want to cover that up. Like, nothing's gonna live up to my imagination, especially if I love the book and it's a favorite. But yeah, I try when it comes to fantasy books. Number two, format snob. You can only choose one format in which to read books for the rest of your life. Which one do you choose? Physical, audio, digital. I have to say physical, not because I'm a snob about it, but because that's the one I feel most comfortable with. For me, it's kind of like writing. I grew up, there were computers around, but not always, so I tend to write stuff first and then type it. So it's just more comfortable to me. I do like audiobooks, and ebooks are good for reading in the evening, though I've been told it's not good for my eyes. We'll see. Um, but yeah, it's just a preference, not like audiobooks or ebooks are bad, just not as comfortable for me, I guess. Number 3, ship snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? This is such a random and good question. All right, I find it weird. I find it weird. It's so weird. Um, to visit people's homes and they have no books. It's like, I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't want to say absolutely not barbarians, plebes, but I don't know how that would go. Reading is such a part of my life, and it's more I'd feel uncomfortable just because of me, not because there's anything wrong with them. It's just like, well, what would they think of me? And that will, I'll expand on that thought in a later prompt. Uh, 4, genre snob. You ditch a genre never to read again for the rest of your life. Which one do you ditch? Horror, no thought, no contest. I did think about these answers ahead of time and I tried to come up with something else. But yeah, I've been living pretty good without horror in my life and I'll continue to do so. I don't even really like watch anything horror or listen to anything horror. There's some like light stuff. Some things are more like horror comedy. Horror being a small portion of things with action or mystery, thriller type stuff. But that being the sole focus, I could live without, especially reading because I don't. I don't read straight up horror books. They're not. I don't enjoy scaring myself for it's not entertaining and how do I put this? Those few that I might find entertaining are not horrific to me. So it's like defeated the purpose, I guess? I don't know. Number 5, Uber genre snob. You can only choose to read one genre for the rest of your life. Which genre is it? This is the hardest question in this whole tag. So mean. Um, I have to go with fantasy because I feel like it's the most broad. I can get a lot of other genres within fantasy. So yeah, that's the genre I'm going with. It's killing me still because even if I chose fiction as the ultimate umbrella genre that I can only read, nonfiction is out there, and I would like, how do I learn things if I'm not reading nonfiction? That that is the horrible thought that runs through my head. Number 6, community snob. Which genre do you think receives the most snobbery from the bookish community? Off the top of my head, I'd say romance. It's the most dismissed genre. I feel like everyone who's done this tag would say romance. Obviously, every genre has some sort of snobbery. I think, though, if we pull back from like specific genres, I think genre fiction in general definitely gets more snubbing than literary fiction and nonfiction in general. But yeah, specifically romance, like there's something wrong with that. I don't know. People are weird. Number 7, Snobbery Recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something that you were reading or for reading in general? Not exactly. My first instinct was to say no. I've gotten teased by for reading certain romance novels. You know, the bottle strippers dude is like half naked on the cover, or she is, or they both are. That was in college, but those were friends, and it was friendly teasing. And at that point in my life, I was a little bit more comfortable just having those books out and about, and being able to snap back about what the contents were. And ultimately, like, there were several of those people who would tease me about it, who were either like off put by uh hmm how smutty some of the books I read were. They weren't ready to realize that about me. And others were kind of envious, I guess, about my reading habits. But I guess the most numbing I've received truly, like, negatively for reading in general, was in junior high school. And I don't even think that was specifically because it was reading. It was more because it was me, and I was being bullied for anything that I did. For breathing air, for being tall, for having big lips, and for reading constantly. So I don't know that those people really uh, were snobs about reading or against reading, but yeah. And that is it. If I think of anyone to tag, I will put it down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed all my videos for Booktube Spirit Week. Thank you so much, Etu Brody and Carrie the Book Bell, for hosting this challenge. It really was a challenge because I'm still putting out daily videos. I have been since mid-December. Um, and it was a lot, but I really wanted to participate, and I'm glad I persevered and stuck with it and got these videos out here. Um, Let me know what your thoughts on my answers for these book snob questions. Are you a book snob in any way, shape, or form? How would you respond? Put your answers in the link down below. In the comments down below, I will link to the original tag in the description, as well as to the Booktube Spirit Week announcement video. Again, in the description, you can find all my other Booktube Spirit Week videos, as well as other bookish content in the Magical Librarian playlist on my channel. If you want to be my friend on any social media, they're in the description down below. As always, as is my Goodreads account. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more bookish content. I have my 2019 favorites, best of 2019. Yes, those are two separate videos. And my 2019 stats videos coming up right after these. So subscribe if you want to be notified when those come out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.